Welcome, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let me get my comments up. How's everyone doing today? I'm excited to kick this off with you. I'm just double checking my, if it looks like I'm multitasking, it's because I am. Making sure everything is running smoothly. I'm so excited to explore for the next 7 days with you. Oh, hi, Facebook user! Yay! It is working. Because StreamYard can be tricky. If you can, at the top of this description, you can give StreamYard permission to like post your name. Yeah, see, I see Nihan. So that way, if you talk to me, then I know who's talking to me. And of course, you don't have to, but sometimes it's more fun that way. Hello. Hello, everyone joining. Let the festival begin. So the next 7 days, we are going to explore hedonism. I'm going to talk about hedonism a little bit and why I even got the hit to explore it with you guys. But also, I'm going to give you challenges every day. And there's going to be lots of prizes. And I'm hoping to have some surprise guests on here. So we'll be doing a lot of things. So why hedonism? Those of you might be new to Access Consciousness, but Access Consciousness is kind of like my jam. It's everything I do is based off of, oh, Jess, hi. And I have squirrel. It's a syndrome that if I see something bright and shiny, my attention goes there. It just happens. So bear with me. I'll do my best to stay on track in a most non-linear way. So Access Consciousness, it is a set of tools and techniques that can essentially just change everything in your life and make it way greater. And Gary Douglas is the founder of Access, and he talks about, hi, Jill. He talks about hedonism in a totally different way, a way that I never even considered before. And one of the kind of elements of generating money in your life is hedonism. So it's, spring is coming. Some people celebrate the equinox and all that stuff. Today is the official first day of spring, I think. And in looking at how can I celebrate this and really play and engage with people, and we got this festival. So I'm going to give you the description that Gary gives about hedonism so you can get a taste of the energies he's aware of. And then I want to do a little exercise with you guys before we talk more about the contest. Hi, Monique. Hello. Welcome. So hedonism is the willingness to experience the orgasmic quality of the joy and fun of living. Just think about that. Like, have you ever, I remember the first time I went to an energetic synthesis of being class with Dr. Dane here, and I went out and I was having like something, it was just sushi. It wasn't like over the top extravagant meal. But I remember eating it and feeling like an orgasm exploded in my mouth. Like I was like, whoa, why does this food taste so good? What if every day was orgasmic? What if everything that you were choosing was had that orgasmic quality of the joy of living? Gary says it's the constant pleasure seeking in every moment of every day. It's the willingness to make your life a pleasure instead of a pain. When you're willing to live your life from a hedonistic pleasure place, your life begins to work in ways it never has before because you're living for the joy of it, not for what you have to accomplish, what you have to do, or for the purpose of it. So I always look at what am I communicating to the universe? In my everyday life, the way that I choose, the way that I receive, like the way that I even ask questions. If I'm communicating to the universe, I just need to get things done. I need to get through this. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, have you experienced that? Like, oh, just got to get through this day. This day is going to be like a crazy one. And that's my communication to the universe, is that's how I would like things to show up. But when I am looking for the pleasure and the joy and the orgasmic quality in every single thing that I'm communicating to the universe, I would like more pleasure. I would like more of this. You're having a beautiful red wine. Oh, cheers. I just have sparkling water, but cheers. Oh, I love it. Look at us being hedonistic together. So, a hedonist is someone who loves pleasure. Take a moment and just notice times in your life where you've really like relaxed into that hedonistic space. It could be, sometimes people do it on vacation, or it'll just show up like maybe it's like a birthday dinner or something, and then you just kind of relax into this. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, you're just really in this delicious receiving, your whole body and your being is vibrating, and you just have this like overall sense of pleasure, the pleasure of living. Now, for you, maybe, I know before Access, I didn't really have a lot of those experiences. So I would then kind of look out and notice that in other people too. So if you notice certain people, when they hold a glass, like this is like a crystal glass, right? And they'll like touch it and just kind of enjoy it rather than just like, I'm holding the glass. They're actually, even in the holding of a glass, they're looking for pleasure, right? What if that could be pleasurable? Holding a glass is pleasurable. What if when you put your lotion on in the morning, that would be pleasurable? When you're doing your hair, when you're eating your food, when you're making your bed, like even folding laundry, like you could embrace it as an energy that just shows up in every moment of your life. Now, sometimes it's just being that energy, asking for it, but also what we're going to play with this in challenge is actually taking something kind of that could be mundane or normal, mediocre, and how can we add a hedonistic energy to that, right? So for the 7 days, you'll get a prompt, and I'll invite you to choose something in this area and do it in the way that's hedonistic for you. Part of what this is going to do for you is to actually open up your awareness of what hedonistic is for you, because it might be different. What's pleasurable to you might be very different than what's pleasurable to me. And then you get to share it, and then we can inspire each other and really engage with this energy for the next 7 days. It's like, I want you to bathe in it. Look at the times and then start to notice where you're not choosing pleasure, where you're not choosing something to be hedonistic, and where you might already be doing it in magical ways that you've never acknowledged. I love that you speak about these day-to-day things, that hedonistic pleasure isn't about a fat wallet. Oh, yes, exactly. And money, and this is where we can actually invite money as well. So money follows joy, and money can lubricate your hedonistic nature, your hedonistic choices. Yeah, bathe in pleasure. I know that I had times in my life where money would be, I was struggling with it. So I wasn't having pleasure with it. I wasn't enjoying it. I was suffering it. And I almost didn't even want to ponder those hedonistic things, because it felt like, someone dangling something in front of you that you can't have. So, okay, everything that brings up and lets down. So we're going to do some clearing statements. If you are new to Access Consciousness, please go to theclearingstatement.com. If you want more information about the magical words I'm about to use to clear some energy here. So everywhere that you've decided that you don't want to know, be, perceive, and receive what would truly be hedonistic for you because you could never actually achieve it, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, pogads, and beyonds. Yeah. So all the presumptive realities. Thank you. Whoever popped those clearing statements in. All your presumptive realities and needs of reactionary realities, maintaining and entraining you into the cycle of never seeking the pleasure, always seeking the pain that you need to avoid, take, or get through. Will you destroy it and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys, pogads, and beyonds. And where have some of you even looked at consciousness and having a conscious living as a pain? I know when I first started to learn about my body having a consciousness and to ask it for everything that included it. So, body, what would you like to wear today? Body, what would you like to eat today? And even when you're eating, like, how many bites would you like? Who would you like to have sex with? Who would you like to be around? Like, all of these questions. There was a time where I was like, this is a lot of like constant, like, I can't just get through my morning as quick. Because I was stopping and then asking and stopping and asking. And some of us have looked at that as a pain, a difficulty. It's easier just to float through life. I've heard so many people, especially in the last 3 years, being like, I wonder if it's easier to just not be aware. Like, ignorance is bliss. Have you heard that? So, yeah, let's clear that. So all the ShiQ, all the secret implants and explants telling you that ignorance is bliss, ignorance is bliss, ignorance is bliss. And everything underneath holding those in place, will you destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nine shorts, boys, pogads, and beyonds. What is bliss for you? What would be blissful? What would add more of that? Yeah, Jules, yes, I felt that. Yeah. What would add more of that hedonistic energy to your life? Your everyday. Look at everything you do, right? And the details. For me, it's like the details. So I can, I remember going to a restaurant once and it was like an upside down Caesar salad. So they took like this oversized wine glass. It was just beautiful. They put all the salad and everything inside. And then they drizzled on the plate like the dressing. And then they just had the salad upside down. They just presented it. And then you like lift it up and shake the salad out. It's just a Caesar salad. It's actually not that fancy. But the way that they presented it had such a pleasurable sense to me, to my eyes, and it created more of that orgasmic feel when I was eating it. So yeah, it doesn't mean you have to have exactly like the money. It can just be in these details. What can you add? What are the details that really create that pleasure for you? So for some people, having their Caesar salad in a wine glass wouldn't be very pleasurable to them. So you're going on a little bit of a discovery of yourself through this festival, to really enjoy the festivities, but also what would it be like if you actually open to the awareness of what is truly hedonistic for you? What would make this pleasurable? And are you willing to have that? Are you willing to be so hedonistic that some people might be like judging you for it? And what if that's okay? It is both being fully present and choosing what my body desires, almost like a little pleasure ritual, but also a mindset of being willing to receive pleasure, not been stuck in the how-tos of doing. Beautifully said. Exactly. Exactly. So as you kind of explore, you might discover, wow, I actually don't choose a lot of pleasurable things in my day. Like I wait till the end of the day. I actually did a podcast and I'll explain this quickly, but in it, I was like, some people, you get a plate of food and they'll eat like their favorite thing on the plate. They're like, oh my God, this is like everything that I want so bad. And then the stuff that like they're about, they'll either just leave it and not eat it, or if they're still hungry, they'll kind of nibble on it, right? And there's other people that will get through, okay, this is my least favorite, and I'll eat least favorite to favorite. That's how I used to live my life. So I was always looking at what do I need to get through so that I can have the reward is I get the pleasure at the end of the doing, at the end of the pain, at the end of everything. So everywhere that you bought into that and all of the adopted needs of reactionary realities and presumptive realities that you have about any and all of that, will you destroy it and create it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, pobats, and beyond. So again, if you look at your communication with the universe, so what are you communicating? That your priority is getting the stuff done that you don't want to do. So what happens? You have more stuff that you don't want to do because that's your priority. And you're telling the universe, that's my priority. That's the most important thing. And it goes, okay, I'll give you more of that. And then you're like, why don't I have more pleasure? If you start to make pleasure the priority, then the universe is going to deliver more pleasure for you. It's nearly not allowed to have pleasure in mundane things. Exactly. It's not. It's quite a judgeable offense, actually. And would you be so daring, at least for the next 7 days, to do it anyways? I know people that have been kind of made wrong in the area of like, aren't you ever satisfied? Like, why do you have to make this such a big deal? Like, can't you just make do with what you have? We, as a kid, you've probably heard that a million times. Like, the kid, maybe they want like the most comfortable chair or the lavish bedding. And they're like, you don't need that. You're just a kid. When you're older and you're adult, you can get that. But by that time, we've already been entrained. We've already been entrained that it's inappropriate for us to be, yes, fussy, exactly, to be fussy, to be asking for more. We've been entrained to have just a little pleasure as a reward for all the pain that we went through and overcame. Whew. And just someone said, just hearing you say that is scary. So how exciting, like, is it fear? Is it scary? Or is it actually excitement? Is your body actually really excited? Is your being excited to have a life of pleasure, to have a life of hedonistic living, orgasmic living in everything that you do? Not only allowed to have pleasure when there's a celebration, right? So then I guess every day is going to have to be a celebration for you. But do you actually get that? Where we don't celebrate life, like we get through life. That's why we really want a living instead of a life, but we get through life. And then there's little pockets where we get to have pleasure. It's a celebration. We've worked really hard. You've earned it. This is changing the whole mechanism. And part of this festival is to go, you know what? I know what I'm supposed to be doing here, but maybe this rule just doesn't apply to me. Maybe I'm going to explore. I'm just going to, for 7 days, just going to see what happens if I start to look for the pleasure in everything. And not just even look for the pleasure and seek the pleasure, but be willing to invite the pleasure, being willing to increase the pleasure, being willing to take actions that will expand the pleasure in your life. I'll have that. Yeah. Living is a celebration. Exactly. So if living was a celebration, you would look at it I know there's probably a lot of parents out there or just people that work long hours. At the end of the day, you kind of just want to like, okay, I've made dinner. I'm going to toss it on the table. Right. But if you know any kind of, maybe you have a hedonistic partner or you've had playmates in the past, even a mundane dinner, an ordinary dinner, they will put it in a particular, like the plate, the way they put it on the plate, the garnish that they might sprinkle. Maybe they light candles. Maybe they put on a little bit of music, just adding those hedonistic energies to something as simple as just a dinner on a Wednesday night. Your brain is struggling to accept the information, and that's how much it's been conditioned. Okay, cool. So awesome. So everywhere. So everywhere your mind has been entrained to never seek pleasure and always take the pain, will you just train and create all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, bad, all names, shorts, boys, poets, and eons. And for some of you, it might be actually in that moment, choosing it is going to be the thing that creates the change. Because as much as we're just going to have fun and see how this goes, it can be a transformation for you. These 7 days could actually transform your life and expand your joy of living so much if you're willing to have it. So let the mind go. Let the mind go. Let the mind go. And just take it one step at a time. So when you go to do something completely like laundry, you're driving the car. I'm going to go to the grocery store. What could you choose? How could you make that more hedonistic? Is it, do you, put on music in the car, or maybe you like to listen to access classes or podcasts? Like, when you're in the store, do you want to bring something to listen to so you don't have to be in the chaos of everyone else? Do you go with a friend that's really fun to talk to? Like, where can you be adding these pleasurable things? I find being curious is very helpful. Like, what do I and my body feel is pleasure? Exactly. Yeah. What is pleasurable to you? And it'll be interesting because some people will be like, oh, of course, like I have a bath every week. And then I've asked them, like, well, do you actually like baths? Like, do you enjoy them? And they're like, of course, like as if everyone does that. But I'm like, but do you? Do you actually enjoy that? Sounds like a dream out of a movie scene. Yeah. What if your life was a living dream, a living pleasurable dream? And you start to create your whole reality that way. So I've never thought about listening to something while grocery shopping. Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. I have those moments and I'll just have to break dance in the aisle because it's just so good. Absolutely. Or if I'm listening to like some conscious stuff, I love it because I feel the whole store start to like shift as I'm walking through it, which gives me pleasure to kind of mess with people's limitations. That's pleasurable to me. So look at it. So a few things, and we're going to wrap up here in a few minutes, but bring in the senses of your body. Okay. So when you're looking at making something hedonistic, I would like for you to take the senses. So we've got touch, right? So maybe you're getting dressed. How do I dress my body hedonistically? Well, what feels pleasurable to you? Like, what has that hedonistic feeling to it? That sight, what looks pleasing. Some people love things like really kind of like symmetrical and simplified. Other people like things asymmetrical and a little bit chaotic. What is actually, and notice if you are functioning from your desires, your awareness, your reality, or did you also adopt something from maybe your parents? Oh, this is the way a house is supposed to look, or this is the way a meal is supposed to look. What is actually pleasurable for you? And start to notice. So when you look at something, the aesthetic of it, what is pleasurable to you? Okay. Sound, what sounds pleasurable to you? It's the type of music, but it could also just be other things like running water. Some people love like the brook and the running water, or they love birds. That like nature is a great, and we'll bring in a little nature here in a minute. A great way to invite more of that hedonistic energy into your life. If you watch a cat or other kinds of animals, like they will show you, they're all about seeking the pleasure in every moment, right? It's like, pet me more. No, pet me more. No, I'm right here. Why aren't you paying attention to me? Giving me all your attention. Give me all your touch. Give me all of everything that I want. And they won't stop asking. What if you didn't have to stop asking for more pleasure? And you know what? If that, so the pet owner is like, okay, I'm done, they'll just go to someone else, right? What if you didn't have to stop asking for more pleasure? I think I'm a pet. Yes. And you need to be pet a little bit more. Whoever you are, Facebook user, this pet is for you. Okay, so we did sound, what is pleasing, what is pleasurable to you. Taste, what really tastes good? What do you enjoy? Even like down to, do you like the flavor of your toothpaste? Do you like, maybe you just drink water because you're supposed to drink water. Do you actually enjoy it? Or could you add a little bit of lemon or just a little flavor? How can you just shift that into something more pleasurable for you? Okay. Did I get them all? So these 7 days and these challenges, they're not difficult challenges. Well, I don't even want to call them challenges. They're invitations. They're not tricky. They're not difficult. But what I'd love for you to do is, when you choose it, rose water. Yes, see? Like you imagine your life was like a fancy spa or something, if that's pleasurable for you. Whatever that is, that would be pleasurable for me. So every day you'll get that prompt, and you don't have to, like, you could do as many of these things just your whole day. Just start to live it. It's a living, hedonistic living festival, right? Oh, thank you. It's very hedonistic for me because I love it so much and it feels good, and I'm always just playing with it. So it's got the aesthetic. It looks good to me. It feels good to me. So thank you for pointing that out. So every day you're going to get this little prompt, and those that you'll have until the next day. So when you just post your photo or post your video, and you're going to be entered in for a draw. We have like all these amazing prizes this week, like so many. I just wanted to be like hedonistic and overboard with prizes. And today I wanted to do a prize for everyone that was willing to show up live. I'm trying out a brand new thing on StreamYard, so I'm hoping that it's going to work well. And the prize today is going to be something that I created a few years ago called Wizard's Gold. And it is, I think it's 20 days of these amazing energy pulls. And we were pulling gold and money and wealth into our lives. One of the most dynamic things I've ever done. So that is the gift for someone here today that's on live right now. I see 20 people. Now, StreamYard can be kind of funny and maybe not show everyone. You just bought a soap with gold in it? Oh, I love that so much. Hi, Lila. Yes. Yum. Okay. So this is how this is going to work. And if this doesn't work, because it's my first time, then I'll do a draw in a different way. Okay. So I'm going to give you a hashtag to use. You're going to write it in the chat. And then StreamYard actually does a poll for me, and it will tell me who was the first person, or maybe it just draws from everyone. We're going to see how this is going to work. Okay, so I might do a share screen. Oh, yeah. Let's try this. Can you guys see this? Yes, it looks like it's there. Okay. So the hashtag is hashtag hedonism. Pop it in, guys. Pop it in. Let's see. It's too small? Okay. Well, why is it too small? Let's try this. Hashtag. You have to put the hashtag in there for some reason. Hashtag. Here we go. Let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna try this draw feature. Start collecting comments. It says 0 entries, but that's not true, StreamYard, because we saw it already. Let's do it again. Okay. This is not hedonistic. Oh, 6 entries. Oh, yay. It's starting to work. Oh, I just took it off, but I have to show you this because this was actually really cool. It's just StreamYard is a little bit slow. I want to show you guys this because this is really cool. Because we might do this feature again. Look at this. Look at this. Winner! Jeff, you won it. So, can you guys all see that? Yes! We did it. I figured it out. I'm going to do this next time. I'll just be more patient. So Jeff's going to win this. Yeah, Jeff's going to win this awesome prize. Yay! And then every day we're going to do a draw. So every day you will be entered for a prize just for submitting your photo. Oh, stop sharing. Engaging in the group. Today's prompt, and I'll post a photo too, is having a hedonistic dessert, or, because I know some people don't eat dessert, or drink. So you get to choose. So for you, it might be like some people love like a fancy coffee with like caramel and like whipped cream and the whole thing. Or it might be like a decadent cake or some creme brulee or whatever that is. So take something and so today, choose a hedonistic dessert or decadent drink. You're going to take a photo of it or a video, your choice, post it in the group. And tomorrow I will do a draw. Yeah, exactly. Tomorrow I'll do a draw, and one of you amazing people are going to win a different prize. Thank you so much for playing. I'll keep you guys updated we're going to have more Facebook Lives, and I have a few different like energy exercises I want to do with you guys with the hedonistic stuff. So much fun playing with you. Grateful for you all, and have too much pleasure today, please. Bye.